Alright folks, I want to go ahead and record another video. This is on part 6, problem C. So part 6, C. This is on page 4 of the homework that is due on November the 19th. And the equation is y equals sine of 2 pi x minus 4. I'll start off by mapping. So the midline here is y equals -4. The amplitude is out here. Remember, there's an imaginary 1 here. Hold on, folks. Let me go ahead and plug in my charger. Bear with me for 1 second here. I should have actually paused the video. I'm not sure why I didn't. But anyways, just give me 1 sec, folks. Let me plug in my charger. I don't want my phone to die, or excuse me, my computer to die as I'm doing this. Alright, just plugging in my charger right now, folks. I guess I can kind of come this way. Alrighty, charger is plugged in, so we are in good shape. And let's get back to the problem. So as I was saying, right, the midline is y equals -4. We get that from out here. The amplitude is 1. Remember, there's an imaginary 1 here. The period, if you notice, is 2 pi, as always, divided by b. Notice that b is actually 2 pi this time, so the period is 1. This is very interesting, and we'll see something very interesting happening in this picture. But let's not jump to conclusions. Let's find the max. Remember, the max is from the belt. The midline is the belt to the head. So belt, -4 to the head, +1, -3. Minimum, belt, -4 to the shoes, -1, so -5. Again, purposely drawing this a little bit high. So sine graph starts at 0, coming up, coming down, and here. So this will be 1, this is -1, this is 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, pi over 2. Let's come over here, coming down, coming up, coming down, -2 pi, -pi, -3 pi over 2, -pi over 2. Here we are. Alright, now in green, I'll take care of the -4, so I'm just going to shift everything down by 4, so this 0 will come down here to -4. This 1 minus 4 will come down here to -3. This 0 will come down to -4. This -1 will come down to -5. This 0 will come down to -4. So up, down, up. Coming over here, the -1 is going to come downstairs to -5. The 0 will come downstairs to -4. The +1 will come downstairs to -3, and the 0 will come downstairs to -4, and here we have it. Alright, now in red I'm going to take care of this 2 pi. So this is a horizontal transformation, right? The x values are being affected. In fact, this tells me to multiply x values by 2 pi, but I know better. I know that when we say to multiply, in fact, I must divide. Right, remember, we do the opposite of what it says. So 0 divided by 2 pi stays at 0. Pi over 2, which is a coordinate here, divided by 2 pi. Pi over 2 divided by 2 pi equals pi over 2 times 1 over 2 pi, which equals 1/4. What about this coordinate? This is pi. Pi divided by 2 pi equals 1/2. What about this 3 pi over 2? 3 pi over 2 divided by 2 pi equals 3 pi over 2 times 1 over 2 pi, which is equal to 3/4. The pi's go away. And finally, 2 pi divided by 2 pi equals 1. So what I notice is these are all, remember, x coordinates, because all I've changed are the x values. All the x values now don't have pi in them. They're just regular numbers. It is very hard for me to graph regular numbers on this axis. This is all in terms of pi. It's hard for me to just plop these regular numbers down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw this graph on a new axis. So let me take this, right, and let me keep it kind of here as a model to kind of guide me. But I'm going to shift this over to a new graph. So here's what we're going to have. So basically I'm taking the green, I'm transforming it. So here's my new axes. This point used to be at 0, -4. Well, that's still at 0, -4 because x value does not change. 0 divided by 2 pi is still 2 pi. This right here used to be at -3 y value. Pi over 2 was the x value. Pi over 2 is now 1/4. So I'm going to go over here. In fact, let me put this on first. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, positive 1. Put on the -3, put on the -5. So here, this used to be pi over 2, in fact I can even write it, pi over 2 comma -3, and now it's going to be 1/4 comma -3, 1/4 comma -3. This point right here used to be pi comma -4, now it will be 1/2 comma -4. This point used to be 3 pi over 2 comma -5, it will now be 3/4 comma -5. And finally, this point used to be 2 pi comma -4, it will now be 1 comma -4. And here, this red graph is now the graph I'm talking about. Here's the maximum, 1/4 comma -3. Here's the minimum, 3/4 comma -5. And there you have it. Let me move that up a little bit. So this is the final answer. A lot of you might try to put it on the same axes. I wouldn't recommend that. I would say draw a whole new axes. Your life will be much better. We'll see problems similar to this tomorrow, and then on Thursday, and a lot of work time that you all will have. Alright, and with that, let me go ahead and call this a video.